Oh God, that trigger weighs like 1,000 pounds. That's heartbreaking. Hey, maybe I lied about this gun too. Maybe it's not super shiny. Oh man, I'm so close. Come on. Oh dude, it's so blurry. What the hell happened? Oh, I thought that was gonna hit, man. So today we're out here on the range with two beautiful Smith & Wesson revolvers. I've got a K22 Outdoorsman from the 1930s, and I've got a K22 Masterpiece from the 1950s. And that's because I'm going to be attempting my own variation on a very famous trick shot. We've all seen the famous Annie Oakley shot, where she shoots a rifle over her shoulder and she looks down the sights using a silvered mirror. Well, today I thought I would do the same thing, but with a revolver, and I would use the reflection off of another revolver to aim down the sights. The target I have set up right now is an 8-inch steel plate at 25 yards. Under normal circumstances, this is a routine shot for me, but of course shooting under the side plate conditions is going to make it a little bit more difficult. So let's go ahead and see if I can hit it. The guns are loaded. This is hammer down on an empty chamber with an empty chamber next to it and 4 loaded shots. This one, as you just saw, I had to click through the empty chamber and then I just shot it. So I'm gonna try it. If I hit it, I might up the ante a little bit. Let's go ahead and see how I do. I've got my firing point set up at 25 yards. Let's see what happens. Oh, gotta take a break. That's like messing with my head, man. Oh man, I'm so close. Come on. Well, first shot miss, and that's actually kind of loud. Let me make sure that earplug's all the way in. Oh, I thought that was gonna hit, man. Oh, I hit it. Let's go. I thought I was gonna hit it on that first one where it went click, and then my heart broke because the sights were lined up and I pulled the trigger and it went click, and I was like, oh, that's right. Earlier I lowered the hammer down on a live round, so I skipped a round, and then it went click again, and then again I was like, okay, I think this next one should be the shot. Well, I've done it with one revolver. I'm gonna try doing it with this revolver now. This one's not as shiny as this one, so maybe this will be easier. And the difficulty though is I've never shot this revolver. I don't know where it hits, but judging by the fact that someone has filed down the front sight, it's probably gonna hit very high. It probably was zeroed for a 6 o'clock hold, which is very common for old target pistols to be zeroed for a 6 o'clock hold. So let's go ahead and see if I can hit the target. Oh, this is kind of what I'm seeing. There we go. I mean, and then I have to like move my whole body to aim the gun once I've lined it up. But look, you can see like my brain is just like pushing the gun out of alignment because I'm so used to doing everything one way, but when it's mirrored, you have to do everything the opposite. Oh, dude, that's disorienting. Now, the only problem with this one is, man, the ergonomics on it are not great. Okay, I think I was lying when I said this one is shinier. That's heartbreaking. Oh, I got it. Let's go. First shot ever with this revolver, 6 o'clock hold. I couldn't even see the sights, really. At least this one had the advantage that it zeroed kind of for a center hold, so I could see the silhouette of the sights in the orange target. This one, I was like, I could barely see a little bit of the silver bead on this, and it was in the sights, and I don't know, man. I don't know, man. That's pretty freaking sweet, though. Tell you what. Yeah, this gun is zeroed for a 6 o'clock hold. For sure. Positive. Think so. Okay, so now that I've done it with the 22s, I think I'm gonna try it with a 38 Special, see if I don't freak myself out shooting a little bit bigger caliber. I also lied. This revolver is not nearly as shiny as this revolver. Honestly, I don't even know how I hit it. There's like one little shiny spot right here by the roll mark, and I was aiming off of that. Everything else was just sort of blurry, and there's a layer of oil and some other crap on this pistol, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and use this one as a mirror instead. Next revolver, Smith & Wesson K38. This is essentially the big brother to the K22, 38 special, 6-inch barrel, target sights, just the way I like it. I haven't shot this gun in probably a year, and this was my first serious Smith & Wesson I ever bought. I think the first Smith & Wesson I ever bought was a Model 36, which I wouldn't consider a serious gun, but the trigger on that gun is still nicer than 99% of guns out there. But this was like my first real Smith & Wesson purchase, I believe. No, that's a lie. Sorry about that. My 586 was my first Smith & Wesson, and then this was like the second one after that. Anyways, I haven't shot this in a while. I found out I really don't like the target hammer. I don't like the target trigger. I prefer the skinny trigger and the skinny hammer. So the K38 I shoot in competition has basically the standard trigger, standard hammer, and has the target sights, of course, because it's a K38 Masterpiece. 6-inch barrel, but that gun's matte blued. I brought this one out today because it's, well, as you can see, it's shiny. So I was planning on using it as a mirror as well, and I might still do that today. But yeah, pretty much the older brothers of the K22. It's 38 special version, same revolver, or rather the K22 is a 22 version of this same revolver. Let's go ahead and see how I do. So I just want to take a quick second to talk about the channel sponsor, Michael Scott Earl. Michael Scott Earl is a New York Times best-selling author known for a wide variety of book series of many different genres, but the ones that I'm currently engaged in are his Star Justice series of books. You can go ahead and follow the link in the description or the pinned comment, and you can get the first book in this series for free in an ebook format. It's a sci-fi action-adventure series, so if that's something that interests you, go ahead and get the ebook. It literally costs you nothing. You can also get most of his books in an audiobook format, which has actually been my preference since I do a lot of driving, and I think the voice acting and narration is actually really well done. So thank you to Michael Scott Earl for sponsoring the channel, and also Bill is a big fan of Michael Scott Earl's books. I don't remember where this is zeroed. Like I said, I haven't shot it in a while. Should be a learning experience. Oh. My freaking vision's getting fuzzy. Oh, come on. It's so weird because you're trying to steer this gun and all your inputs are opposite of what they should be. And I'm not aiming the gun normally like I would with my arm. I'm having to like move my whole body, and right there the sights were just right above the target where I wanted them to be, and I just couldn't get them low enough. So I'm gonna try again. Woo! My ears are ringing, but I fucking hit it. Let's go. That's the way it's done, gentlemen. So, can you shoot a revolver accurately using the reflection off the side plate of another revolver? I would say yes, and I think with a little bit more practice, I could probably get that down pretty good. I think I still got another round in here. Oh, I do. You didn't see that. That was a little loud, made my ear ring kind of badly. So I think I'm gonna put the 38 special down. I just had to do it because I know someone was gonna, you know, frickin' say, oh, why don't you do that with a real caliber? So I'm gonna go back to the 22s. I'm gonna try this again, but I'm gonna try it with my left hand, my non-dominant hand, and see if I can hit the target. Okay, so I've moved the camera, brought y'all in a little closer to kind of show you a little bit better picture of what I'm doing. I've got my B camera rolling too, because you know someone's invariably gonna say that I move the target closer or something, or I'm editing in the sound as soon as you don't see the target on camera anymore. So the B camera is going to be able to capture me and the target in the same frame. I'm going to be shooting with my left hand, which is my non-dominant hand, and I'm going to be using the K38 in my right hand as a mirror. I guess the only variation here from shooting the other way is that instead of holding the mirror like I would a regular revolver, I'm kind of gonna flip it over like this so I can have the side plate towards me. It's just a little bit cleaner mirror than the other side where you have the thumb piece and everything. This is unloaded, this is loaded, but again, 2 empty chambers. So my first one's click and then the next one is bang. So no danger here. I'm being safe. I'm very safe, guys. I'm a big super safety guy. Everyone knows that. The first thing I'm trying to do here is just find the target in the side plate, and you can see I'm pivoting my entire body. Okay, I found the target, and luckily I can actually see my sights. Normally I just have to play around with the gun till I see the sights. And okay, there you go. So I kind of picked up a sight picture. I'm gonna cock it. This first one's gonna be a dry fire. Now the difficulty of this shot kind of comes from the fact that the gun does the opposite of what you expect it to do when you input a certain muscle input to move the gun left or right, up or down. Click. Okay, let's do a live one. Oh dude, it's so blurry. What the hell happened? I say this all the time, but oftentimes the shot you don't take is more important than the shot you do take. And ammo's expensive. I don't like wasting it. I only like taking shots that I know I can hit. I don't care if, you know, I put it down 6, 7, 8 times till I get a good shot. So I'm gonna go ahead and reset. Try again. Okay, find the target, found the target. Found my gun, found my sights, and this is 6 o'clock hold, so I better make sure the gun is perfectly straight up and down. Oh, I missed. Again, it's so weird because when I shoot, my sights are not perfectly where I want them when I start my trigger press. They kind of sharpen up and square up right at the last second, right as the shot breaks. And with this, in trying to do that, I thought I was driving the gun one way, and I was actually pushing it the complete opposite direction because of course it's mirrored. So let's go ahead and try this again. And of course I'm just not as good at shooting with my left hand as I am with my right hand. But the fundamentals all apply the same. And maybe I lied about this gun too. Maybe it's not super shiny. Oh, I got it. Let's go, let's see if I can hit it again. I don't know. Let me try a different revolver as my mirror and see if that'll do it. So this is actually my carry revolver. This is a Smith-N-Wesson Model 60. It's not as shiny, but it's stainless steel, so that might be easier to see. Okay, I lied. That's way harder to see. So I've gone back to my original pairing of the K22 Outdoorsman, Great Depression era, Smith-N-Wesson target revolver as the mirror, and I'm going to be shooting the 1950s era K22 Target Masterpiece. So the K38 was shiny, but that side plate was actually pretty wavy. This one is shiny and flat, maybe not as shiny, but it's nice and flat, so I have a nice consistent sight picture off that reflection. It looks like my camera's about to overheat, so let's make this quick. Oh God, that trigger weighs like 1,000 pounds. Got it. And the camera didn't overheat. Looks like it's about to though. Let's see if I can nail some other offhand shots. Oh man, I think I'm spent. So there you have it, guys. Shooting a Smith-N-Wesson revolver, using another Smith-N-Wesson revolver as a mirror. Started off with the 22s, then went to the 38s, started off with the right hand, went to the left hand, one-handed, two-handed, shooting, it doesn't matter. As long as you can line up the sights and you can pull the trigger without disturbing those sights, you'll hit the target every single time. So if you enjoyed my variation of the famous Annie Oakley shot and you want to see more stuff like this, let me know. Also, thank you to my channel members for supporting the channel directly. You too can become a channel member by clicking the join button next to the subscribe button. Also, thank you to Michael Scott Earl for sponsoring the channel directly. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day. You're so warm, kitty. You're so warm. Say hi, Bill. Say bye, Bill. Say bye-bye, Bill.